Oh boy, it's time to play some Wii U in 2016. Let's do it. Yeah! What's up everybody, this is Battlefield97 here. I just came back in my own room making my long-awaited top 5 games of 2015. So after this video is published tomorrow, I'm going to be uploading that video. Then once that video is over with, I'm going to be uploading my July/August gaming pickup video. So throughout the weekend, or at least this week, you're going to have a lot of content in this channel, which is a great thing because I was in a great hiatus in this channel. Anyhow, a new Nintendo Direct just came about. We never had that for quite a while now, but this Direct isn't focused entirely on Nintendo games, but is mostly for the Nintendo 3DS, my 3DS XL that I got from 2014 for those wondering. So this Nintendo 3DS Direct, I'll be quite honest here, was kind of shallow. You can definitely tell that it kind of feels like they're pumping out the 3DS games that are in the end of its lifespan, so that eventually if the NX does become the next-gen successor to the 3DS or even the Wii U, you definitely have a lot of games coming out for 2017 for the system, so that people don't feel like they got left behind. Unlike, say, the Wii U, which, if you see behind me, the gamepad is in the corner, because this year, aside from Star Fox Zero and some other games that I don't remember, it's in the corner, not being used. So know your goddamn place. You failed. You have failed the Nintendo dynasty. Your big brother, the Wii, did better than you. You disgrace the Nintendo honor. Anyhow, aside from that, let's go into what I think, or at least what I thought of each announcement for the Nintendo 3DS Direct. First being, okay, let me just go over here. It's not going to be in order, it's going to be like a mix-around for each announcement. So let's go for Pikmin for Nintendo 3DS. So basically it's not like a transitional RTS game from the consoles like GameCube and Wii U Pikmin games, but it's a Pikmin side-scroller. Basically taking some of the elements of Olimar throwing his Pikmins across a 2D perspective against one of the alien creatures and getting some items or minerals, I guess. I don't know, like, it could be a good game, but it feels like I'm getting that Chibi Robo 3DS vibe where they took something that wasn't a side-scroller from the consoles and then translated it on handheld, and it didn't even go well in the RTS department. But I don't know, with the touchscreen, they could have done like a top perspective for Pikmin on 3DS, but I don't know, Pikmin will be like an enjoyable game for a budgeted title. And of course, the 30th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda. Now, of course, they did great for Metroid by releasing Federation Force this year, so what's the 30th anniversary celebration for the legendary Zelda franchise? A port of Skyward Sword on the Wii U eShop, 4 amiibos, one of them being an 8-bit Link, Ocarina of Time Link, and of course, amiibos for Toon Link and Zelda from Wind Waker. But of course, they already did that for the Smash Bros. Lineup. I already got my Toon Link, and even though this is not an amiibo, but Tetra figure. So, I don't need the other ones if I already got Toon Link. And I really love this amiibo of Link. So yeah, aside from the amiibos, we also have the original Legend of Zelda bundled with the NES Classic Edition, November 11th. So, that's basically their celebration for this franchise. A port of a Wii game for the Wii U eShop, 4 amiibo figures, and an old port of the original game on the NES Classic Edition. Great job in celebrating both the Zelda and Metroid franchise in Nintendo. Congratulations. Anyhow, going from the other announcement was Mario Sports Superstars. Basically, they combine, like, say, 5 sports games that normally would have been like regular sports games that they were released on GameCube or the Wii, bundle it together to make a compilation, and it'll be released in sometime around 2016 or 2017. I don't remember the date of it specifically, but it looks to be fun with friends, if I got any. And then, of course, the one thing that Wii U had to itself, and that was Super Mario Maker, is getting a port for the 3DS title, Super Mario Maker for Nintendo 3DS. So basically you can create your own levels just like you were in the Wii U version, but unlike the Wii U version, you can upload your levels online. But you can, however, team up with somebody in local co-op in order to make levels together, which is kind of cool, I guess, if you have friends. If you had any like me. And yeah, it's going to be launching on December 2nd. It will include the 100 Nintendo design courses with new challenges, collecting every coins, defeating all the enemies, yada 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 yada. But of course, that announcement means that the Wii U lost another exclusive in its library. Rest in peace. But I know you fucked up. Sorry, I just had to get out of my heart. Anyhow, of course, then another Wii U exclusive is getting ported to the 3DS, and that's Yoshi's Woolly World, titled Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World, coming to the Nintendo 3DS system. It has some challenge modes for like the dog Poochie, and of course they're going to have a Poochie amiibo released for the 3DS port itself. Of course, since I never really cared for Yoshi's Woolly World and I got the amiibo for it, then the actual game, along with like Xenoblade Chronicles X during the same day, I didn't really care too much for the game, so I got this instead. Probably I'll get the Poochie amiibo sometime, but I don't know, my excitement for amiibos kind of dropped to the beginning of this year. And then, of course, they got Street Pass Mii Plaza. They added in more games, like the mini quick Street Pass games, and it's kind of cool, I guess. Then Pidocross 3D Round 2, I'm not really a fan of Pidocross. Next, then Ever Oasis. Ever Oasis looks good. It looks to be a great contender, a great 3DS game that is going to launch in 2017. Has a bit of the Dark Souls element to it. Then, of course, Tank Troopers, not really much excited for that. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, The Spirit of Justice. I need to play the older Phoenix Wright games in order to get into the mood for this one. And I'm not really a fan of it being on the eShop only, because I want a physical copy of it. And then, of course, some details of Hyrule Warriors Legends with a third DLC pack, Phantom Hourglass, and the Spirit Tracks pack. So if you're somebody who actually still plays the game on the new 3DS, then be my guest. Not really a fan of the Dynasty Warriors-like gameplay. And then, of course, something that really caught my interest was the update for Animal Crossing New Leaf that will be hitting in fall 2016, giving you like multiple options of interacting with your Animal Crossing amiibo figures and amiibo cards, and a new version of the game that's going to be on the eShop and in retail called Animal Crossing New Leaf, Animal Crossing New Leaf Welcome Amiibo Edition, which will include the update and amiibo card with it, and of course some exclusive amiibo cards for the game itself. So that's good and exciting. At least it gives me more opportunity to play Animal Crossing New Leaf, so that's good. And then, of course, they showed off more Pokemon in Pokemon Sun and Moon, with the fucking, Munchlax being Sonic C or whatever the hell he's called. And then, of course, a dark Rattata called Alolan Rattata, which, considering I've played enough Pokemon Go as it is, I don't give a fuck about Rattata. Fuck that rat. And then Mario Party Star Rush, don't really give a shit about Mario Party. That thing should have just died out to begin with. Sonic and Boom, don't really give a shit about that. Yokai Watch 2, the Bony Spirits, and Yokai Watch 2. I definitely am a fan of the original Yokai Watch for its humor, not so much for its gameplay, so I don't know if I'm really going to pay full price for Yokai Watch 2, or maybe ask for it as a Christmas/birthday gift. Disney Magical World 2, don't really care about that. Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse, something that is in my eye, but I want to play the original Shin Megami Tensei 4 on the 3DS first. New Galaxy style 3DS, they announced that yesterday. Looks nice, but I'm already content with my original 3DS XL with the Mario and Luigi for the Year of Luigi. Definitely a cherished item in my collection. And then, of course, is the Dragon Quest games. I think Dragon Quest 7 and 8 remakes for the 3DS. What is it? Dragon Quest 7, The Fragments of the Forgotten Past, coming out next month, or this month, since it's September, for the 3DS. And then the 8 remake is coming out sometime in 2017 for the 3DS. So, yeah, the Nintendo 3DS Direct, it was alright. It wasn't really that spectacular. There wasn't much bomb dropping. And it just proves that certain 3DS, Wii U exclusives are jumping ship out of the Wii U and then coming to the 3DS, like Mario Maker and Yoshi's Woolly World. And, celebrating the Zelda franchise in the same vein as Metroid by porting old games and stuff like that. So, yeah, what can I say for the Nintendo 3DS Direct in a nutshell? I say, give us goddamn NX news already, Nintendo. Out of 10.